the moment you think you have to prepare for civil services, so there comes a time when you are fully determined that you will prepare for the civil services. Then it may be while you are doing your graduation, it may be when you have just completed your graduation, and it may be when you are working as a professional. So it will be different in all three respectives. The best time is when you make up your mind while you are graduating, when you are in first year of your graduation. So that's the best time. Then you can think of doing your graduation in one of the subjects which is offered by civil services. Like you can take law, you can take political science, you can study literature. Literature is also one of the subjects and very scoring subjects also. I have seen a lot of people, coming through literature also. So half of your battle is won in that. And the moment you make up your mind that you have to prepare for civil services, you start reading newspapers. You actually have to, there's something called immersive learning, interactive experience, interactive. You actually interact with the people. You should interact with your surroundings. What is happening? You have like reading the newspaper. When you open the newspaper, you'll be reading. There's a this by 50 basis point, the interest rates are lower. So what does it mean? When people lose jobs, why people are losing jobs? When there are certain issues. So what are its ramifications? When you have that associative learning, when cause and effect relation, when you see something happening and you are able to predict what is going to happen now, you are able to understand that. That means now you are becoming your analytical thinker. Analytical thinking is the most important thing for an IAS officer. If you are doing a work continuously for 3 days, first day you take 15 minutes, second day you take 15 minutes, third day you take 15 minutes, then you're doing something wrong. You should make yourself efficient day by day. You should do perspective taking. You should be able to think from others' perspective as well. You should be a better critical thinker that can analyze the situation and based on that take a decision at that moment. So that is the main quality which is needed. So after taking subjects, you need to study some regular subjects. If you see syllabus, so syllabus is the first thing. Syllabus and last year question papers. If you are thinking of making up your mind for civil services, first thing you should go is open the syllabus of civil services. Then take the question papers, previous year's question papers, 10 years question papers of civil services, and without reading the answers, just go through the questions. And at that moment, you decide if you are going to write the exam, and you write it, what you are going to write it. Are you comfortable in writing the answers at that moment without starting the preparation? So now most of the syllabus is same, apart from one optional subject and one language. I think it is different. 70 to 80% syllabus is same for everyone. So nothing about that. So you have two papers. One, you have CSET, where you have general questions of mathematics, your general ability, you're able to comprehend certain situations. Then you have one paper of general studies. General studies is again history, social. So your basic subjects like history, geography, political science, economics, science and technology. So these bases be part of the foundation, and based on these foundations, there are current affairs. Current affairs means what is happening in our world. So every situation which is happening, every effect which you are seeing, it has been due to some factors that may be historical, that may be geographical, that may be political. So you should be able to think in that perspective. So that comes next. So people start from reading NCERTs, then after, and I think if you read NCERTs, they're more than enough. You read NCERTs, and today we have very good presence of social media. We have very good presence of different shows. So there are different historical shows where you can learn a lot of things. It's not about that you have to learn entirely from your books. You have shows about, there was a show, The Last Tsars. So you could see how Russians, aristocrat family, they used to live. Then you have a show about US president. So there was a show. So you actually get that insight. There's a show Crown. You can actually feel that what are the problems of the royal family and what was the situation during Second World War. It gives you good insight. In fact, learning from that perspective enriches your preparation. So once you have started that preparation, 1 year before the exam, you should be in full mode of when you started in first year of graduation, by the third year, your graduation is getting completed and you should be appearing for civil services. Prelims you write, mains, after that you have to give 3-4 months. So you need to have a test series. I think 7 to 8 months before the mains test series, because people, what they do is they do test series just before the exam. So that you should never do, because just before the exam, you will know about your performance. If it is good, it is okay. But if you are taking for the first time, it will not be good. I can be sure of that. Just before the exam, you will get discouraged. So you should take the test series when you are able to make the changes also in your preparation. And after you take the mains exam, then you have the interview. And I never considered that prelims is different, mains is different, and interview is different. So we have 3 stages: prelims, mains, and interview. The preparation is same for all the 3 subjects. You have to focus more on one exam when you have that exam. Like when you have mains, you have to more focus on the writing of the subjective answers. When you have prelims, you have to focus on getting the information right, facts right. When you have interview, you have to be very clear and precise with the facts, and you should be able to make decisions based on that facts. Because if you haven't learned the facts, you will be getting wrong facts and your decision will be wrong. And sometimes interviews, they are based on the facts. Like they will be asking, you studied from a particular place, what are the rivers flowing from there? So if you're not able to answer that, it will be very embarrassing. So you need to do certain things which are sacrosanct, like which you need to do. You are supposed to remember your national song. What is your national bird? So these are the preparation which everybody should know in India, being a citizen of India. And in India, we overrate civil services so much that you need to prepare that much. Even a citizen of India is supposed to know a lot of things. Your India book, economic survey, which are the basic 2 books for preparation of civil services, every Indian should read that. So you become more and more aware, you become more and more informative, you are able to understand the world in a better way.